Hi, and welcome to the Red Sauce Podcast with Papa Joe, where we talk about everything and anything Italian and Italian-American. I'm your host, Papa Joe, Il Capo Vinaio, and Il Stugazzo di Tutti Stugazzi at Piazza Tellerico and Papa Joe's Wine Cellar. Joining me are my daughters, Katie.
Hello.
She's Piazza Tellerico's front of house manager and student of the Italian language and culture. And Beth. She's our head cook, gangster movie aficionado, not gangster aficionado, and top Pitt fan.
That's what you think.
Yeah, new episodes drop bi-weekly. Okay, so who's starting here today? Where are we going?
You.
Me. Well, if I'm starting, I'm going to brag a little bit. We just got notified today by the San Francisco International Wine Competition that our 2016 Montepulciano won a gold medal. And our 2016 Tannat and 2021 Frascati won bronzes. This is the San Francisco competition. This is a real one. I kind of feel like those people on that movie, the one with the brown wine, with the Paris competition.
Oh,
and the Sauv Blanc.
Yeah, I can't remember what the name of that
Can't
is.
remember the name of the movie, but I kind of feel like those people because this is
Did I
awesome.
see that movie? I don't even know what you're talking about.
You haven't seen it.
Yeah, but it's
Is it a good movie?
It's a good movie, yeah. It's actually it's for a winemaker, you'd really like it.
Well, then we should figure out what the hell it's called.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
The Judgment, was it The Judgment of Paris?
Something like that, but the movie was Bottle something. Oh, hell, we'll figure it out. Let's go. Let's get on to what we're doing today. So anyway, if you see us, congratulate us because we're pretty damn good.
Yeah, we're pretty impressed by
All
it.
right.
A real competition, and we won.
Maybe nobody else is impressed, but we're impressed by it, and that's all that matters.
And we're going to be telling you about it on social media, too, so
I'm a
Okay.
little impressed.
just a little bit.
All right, just a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's
Okay.
decent.
All right.
All right, and we also have to say who brought us some meat the other day for our podcast meat tray. Tony Torino, is that how you say his last name?
Yes, that's it.
Yep, our
Never Torigno.
right.
Torino.
And actually, he told us how to pronounce Alianico.
Yeah, that's
Alianico?
right. It is officially now. It's not Alianico. It's Alianico.
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 That makes more sense.
And
Anyway.
he's born in Abruzzo, so he's
So he knows.
a real live native Abruzzese, so he knows. And Abruzzo is really pretty close to Campania, so where Campania and Molise, where Alianico originated.
Molise.
Molise.
Quit dropping
There-
your vowels down.
There goes my Calabrese drop the end vowel. Sorry about that. Molise.
I watched the Stanley Tucci thing last night, the Calabria one.
That was a good one. I
was
did
really
watch
good.
it after the last time we talked about it.
That was.
Yeah, I want to make that bread thing that he made.
Oh yeah.
He dug it out. They baked it, and it was really hard on the outside. And then he dug it out and put broccoli rabe and sausage in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put the lid back on. And then that's the one that we were talking about with Larry, that they wrapped it in the linen cloth so that the guys could go back to work with it in one hand and then a jug of wine in the other hand.
I love it.
And remember, Italians don't have fucking picnics. They put their bread in linen, not on paper plates
Or in plastic bags.
or plastic, and never plastic bags.
Do you think we're going to have a picnic on Friday at Marissa's birthday party?
Oh, I think so, but I'm not going to be there because I'm on call.
Okay. Well,
So let picnic away, my friends.
we'll let you know.
Okay.
All right. So this past week, so what's today's date? Just to
Today's
give.
the 21st, Mary Kay's birthday.
Oh, that's right. Happy birthday, Aunt Mary Kay. My
Happy
favorite
birthday,
aunt.
Mary Kay.
Happy birthday, Mary Kay. She's my sister.
Is she your favorite sister?
Yeah, my favorite sister.
You had to think about it, and you only have one.
I have a favorite brother too.
Good.
so-
Nice. Awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, but the true question is, who's Mary Kay's favorite brother?
Well, I'm her favorite niece, so it doesn't really matter.
I think Sam.
You think?
Oh yeah, I think so. I'm more of a pain in her ass than Sam ever has been. I mean,
Okay.
look at me. How can I be anybody's favorite brother if there's another choice?
All right. Beth, you want to talk about what you did last week?
Yeah, I have cheese in my mouth, so stall for a second. Talk about something.
And I got some Tony's
Oh, my
Coca-Cola
God.
in my mouth.
What kind of cheese was that?
Just stay away from your microphone. Asiago.
It was good.
Yeah, it's good. All right. So that's not what I gave you earlier, though. I gave you some
At your house
Oh my God, yeah, what was it? Pecorino.
that you got there?
Yeah. All right, so we're going to explain what we're talking about. So last week, Papa Joe and I went to Brooklyn, New York, to watch the Pitt basketball team play at the Barclays Center. And we went up the day before they started playing so that we could do a little bit of research, because it was a business trip, obviously. So we had an idea to eat as much food as we could in 3 days, but I think every day we were fuller sooner than we expected, because we just ate too much for lunch every day. So first thing we did when we got there was we drove straight to the Bronx, went to Arthur Avenue, and went to Gerbasi. It was an Italian restaurant up there, Southern Italian. We started with some eggplant rollatini that was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
It was almost as good as mine.
I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. This last time I made it, it was the best I ever made it. So
Yeah.
That was very good.
I got to keep it up. Okay. So anyway, we got eggplant rollatini, and then I got just regular spaghetti and meatballs. And what did you get? You got that stuffed chicken thing.
Yeah, it was, what
Yeah.
did you call it?
I don't remember what they
Not
called it. but-
cacciatore.
No.
Not cacciatore.
No, it was chicken and it was wrapped, it had prosciutto, right?
Yeah,
Salt and
no,
boca.
It was
Or what?
no, it wasn't salt and
no,
boca.
no,
it was mortadella.
Mortadella.
Oh.
They stuffed it with mortadella.
Oh, they stuffed the chicken with more.
Yeah, and roasted red peppers, I think.
So
Cheese.
basically what they did was they took a chicken breast, and as my uncle Joe Russo would say, they pounded the hell out of it.
Yep.
Or was it the living hell out of it?
Pounded the living hell out of
It's,
it.
it's in our family cookbook. You take the veal and you pound the living hell out of it. But so they flattened it, and then they put some mortadella, roasted reds, and what else?
There was some fresh mozzarella.
Yeah, fresh mozzarella. That
There
was
was
about it.
there was one more thing, like escarole maybe,
Yeah,
something green.
Yeah, and rolled it up and served it with sauce.
No, it had gnocchi, didn't it?
Yeah, but gnocchi and sauce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no gnocchi and sauce. Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah, it was really good.
We're gonna have something like that here pretty soon, you know. And Beth will always make her Beth changes to improve on something great.
Yeah, I think I already told you I'm going to stuff it with prosciutto instead.
Yeah.
Or loinzino, because
Loinzino is really
something about warm mortadella doesn't do it for me.
Something about mortadella in general doesn't do it for me, but I've never liked bologna either.
That's
so.
the only kind of bologna I like is mortadella and Smith's bologna.
You know, I'm gonna make mortadella.
Okay.
Tony talked me into it the other night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make mortadella, and I have to.
Did Tony make it?
Yeah, he didn't he make it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
was it on the plate?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But he told me how, and we're gonna make it.
Okay.
End of story.
Simple as that, with or without pistachios.
All right, so then I think, okay, so a couple things actually that we talked about with the guy. What was his name? George?
Yeah,
So our waiter's name was George, 99% sure.
100%.
Okay, all right, cool.
I don't trust either of you. I'm just saying.
No, if I remember his name for sure, it's for sure, because I don't remember anything.
That's true. So, okay, so he told us some really interesting things that go a lot with what we do. So first he told us that with spaghetti and meatballs being the exception for us, he was telling us that there are a lot of places on Arthur Avenue that won't serve you spaghetti and meatballs. They won't serve you Alfredo. And they won't serve you one other thing. What was it? Was it fried zucchini or something?
Maybe it was.
It was something.
It wasn't like carbonara with cream, right?
No, it
'Cause
was-
I know that is a thing.
Well,
Yeah.
there was like 3 or 4 things that he said that other restaurants will not serve there.
Cool.
And I was like, why? And he said, because it's not authentic. That's not what you don't go to Italy and get spaghetti and meatballs. The other thing he told us, which we agree with, even though they don't do it, they made fresh macaroni. And he said that he was like, you don't get fresh macaroni in the South because you can't make it al dente. And as soon as he said that, I was like, shit. That means that they make fresh macaroni here, and they did. It was still good. I mean, it's very good, but
it wasn't al dente.
al dente.
yeah,
but
because
it was pretty good.
you
yeah.
physically can't make fresh macaroni al dente. You just can't do
Yeah.
it. So he said a lot of places won't. A lot of places
They make the fresh.
make the fresh, but yeah. So that was
You know, in our experiences, in the 3 Little Italies in New York, very few of them make fresh macaroni.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple, but very few of them do because, again, most of the Little Italies are Southern Italian. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And then, so we were pretty stuffed as it was, but we had to have some limoncello. So he comes over and says, "Are you guys having limoncello?" And we said, "Of course we are." And he said, "How about some limoncello dessert?" And we were like, "No, we're full. You know, we were gonna go eat later on too, so we didn't want to eat too much." Well, then he says, "We have a limoncello panna cotta." And that's all he had to say for Dad. He was like, "All right, let's go."
You know, there have been a few times, like we've been in Italian restaurants and Dad will say he's full and then he hears about a really good Italian one and he's
Yeah.
like, okay, I can't pass that
They
up.
also had a limoncello cheesecake or something.
Okay,
Was it
that I
cheesecake?
would love
Yeah.
that.
Limoncello something. I think it was cheesecake.
I've had limoncello cheesecake. It is amazing.
But I'm so glad we got the panna cotta. That was one of the best things I've ever put in my mouth.
you know what? You don't drive from Pittsburgh to the Bronx and not have the limoncello panna cotta.
That's very true.
That's a non-starter. You just can't do that.
That's a good point.
And pretty soon you won't come to Piazza Tellerico without having the limoncello panna cotta.
Okay, slow your roll. We can't put it on the menu.
When we have it.
Yeah, there you go. Jeez.
When we have it, you want it.
Jeez.
he's trying to control your kitchen again.
Piling
No,
shit on me again.
That's okay. You put me at my place every time.
We do.
All right, so I think that's it for Gerbasi, right?
Before we move on to the next restaurant, can I have some of that award-winning
Yeah.
Montepulciano?
Yeah, I heard it's really good. I heard they think so in San Francisco too.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, actually, I have to say one more thing about Gerbasi. He was telling us that there was a place down the street. It wasn't open the day that we were there, so we couldn't go. But he said they have a limoncello flight, and I was like thinking like he meant like limoncello, orangecello, limecello, whatever.
Yeah, that's where my mind went.
No, he said that they made a broccoli rabe limoncello, a regular limoncello. What were the other two? The other two were strange. I mean, as strange as broccoli rabe.
Broccoli rabe limoncello.
That does sound very weird, but I still think I would try
Yeah, but I
it.
feel like if they serve it, like there's got to be something good about it.
Exactly, yeah.
So
Well-
we were gonna go and try it, and then he was like, "Oh, they're not open today."
Ah.
So I think it was
Was
one
it-
of those
was
like
it a Monday?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday places.
Oh, okay.
No, it was a Tuesday.
Some places are, especially with the pandemic, a lot of places
Yeah.
are closing Tuesday too.
Okay, so then after that, one of the last times I was in New York, before a Yankee game, I went to the Bronx Italian market. So I told him, I was like, "We got to go there. I want to get some like cheese and meat and stuff to eat, you know, just like for a snack or whatever." So we went in, and it's a really like wide open place, but it's stuffed full of stuff, if that makes sense. So you go in, and like there's like a pizza place to the right. They serve slices. They sell whole pies. The next place down is like they were serving like it was like Woolies, like a fish counter.
It sounds like a more rustic Italy.
Yes.
and smaller.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. It was smaller. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I
in
could
the-
get down with that.
Oh, it's great. And then in the back there's a meat and cheese counter. So it's like having a pizza place, Woolies, Penn Mac, Leaf and Beans right in the middle, because there's like this open area that you can watch people roll cigars. And then there's a walk-in humidor there. And then over here is Enrico's. There's a little bakery over here. It's like the whole strip district in one building, right?
Yeah.
Then they have like Yinzers with Italian T-shirts and funny shit.
Yeah.
So essentially, what you someday want to have in Erie.
Yeah, 100%.
And you didn't get the you didn't bring the aprons with you, did you?
Oh, I didn't. We'll post pictures of us wearing them on the
Okay.
Instagram.
Which one do I get?
We can share.
Okay, but which one do I get to wear
One
first?
says it's not pasta, it's macaroni.
Okay.
And the other one says it's not gravy, it's sauce.
I am equally committed to both
You
of
like
those.
both of them?
Yes.
Me too. So either way. All right, so then we got some pecorino.
Okay. Is
We got some.
that what I ate today?
Yep. Some
yeah, that was
prosciutto
good.
di Parma and some hot capicola. And then, did we get anything else in there? I had a beer. I had a Peroni. It was pretty good.
I think that was it.
A Nastro Azzurro? The one with the blue ribbon on
Yes.
it. The Italian Pabst, as Dad calls it.
Yeah.
That's the better of the Peronis. So
It was good. What's the other one called?
Peroni.
Oh.
Yeah, but then there's Peroni Nastro Azzurro, which is the one you can usually.
That's
get.
the one we drank the whole time we were in Rome, wasn't it?
The good one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they serve down the hill at Grapparia too.
Okay. All right. So then, that night we went to Lombardis, which is the first pizza place in America. It's coal-fired. You've been there with us before.
I have.
That was
Of
when,
all your adventures that you keep taking without me, I actually have made it
Hey,
to
you went on an
Lombardis.
adventure without me. We're fine. Look, we're both alive.
I don't know.
And they had some zip make one of the signs.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
It said.
Oh my God, I'm gonna love this.
I think it said the one sign said Americans First
Yeah.
Pizza instead of America's First Pizza.
And the other ones all said America's first pizza. So it was some Italian.
Yeah, it was like on a mural.
You know,
Okay, it could be. Well,
like Furio, he was a zip, and he just didn't quite get the Italian language.
There was
the
one
American
day-
language, English language. I'm sorry.
whoa.
I'm a zip too, so
Whoa, do we have to take that part out?
No, it's okay. No, Dad just sounded like a typical American when he would be like, speak American, not English. It's English.
Yep.
I've lived my whole 67 years in this country. There has to be some bad shit that rubs off on me.
Damn Medigans.
And what are you gonna do?
Beth, that reminded me though of the time that you were working with Marissa and I was off that day, and Eric was also here, Kirk's son. And I asked who drew the chalkboard. I was like, please don't tell me this is you. Tell me this is Marissa, because like the handwriting was super squiggly and just like all over the place. And you're like, that was a combination of me and Eric. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. I thought it was Marissa.
Nope, I don't think we spelled anything wrong though.
No, just very not up to Anna's chalkboard standards.
Okay.
But anyway.
You both missed it. I just said, what are you gonna do? Nobody died.
What?
No. You say that after people die.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But I said, what are you
I say
gonna
it
do?
anyway.
I wasn't even at a funeral.
I say it anyway.
All right.
Yeah, you give your sympathy and then you say, what are you
What are
going
you
to
gonna
do?
do? Yeah, okay.
What are you gonna do?
I feel weird doing that at non-Italian funerals though, because like I catch myself almost saying like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, that might come off rude.
Tell them to watch TV.
That
I
might
mean,
come
that's-
off rude if you're
Let's
not
face it,
Italian.
That's the perfect funeral
It-
comment.
I mean,
No
yeah,
question.
what are you going to do? Yeah.
Nothing. There's nothing you can do. They're already dead.
That's right. All right.
Rest in peace, Chantan.
So at Lombardis we had the breadsticks were not good.
No.
It was like focaccia, but it was too soft, and they called them breadsticks, and we paid for them. So
Yeah, that was really disappointing. But you know what? They shouldn't have breadsticks.
yeah,
They
exactly.
really shouldn't.
Yeah.
And why are you filling
and
up
we
on
shouldn't-
breadsticks anyway?
And we shouldn't have ordered them.
Well, because we were sharing a pizza, and they were only 12-inch pizzas, so we were gonna get an appetizer and that.
Okay.
And-
What were the other appetizers?
Well,
though?
I was gonna get a caprese salad, but then
They didn't have it, right?
something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they didn't have
Oh,
it, so
okay.
we got the
Well, it's also
breadsticks.
not tomato season, so I get that. Like,
Yeah.
I still eat the caprese and I like it, but it's not going to compare to like late July, early August
Yeah.
caprese.
So we got the breadsticks, not great. But the pizza was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
We got just pepperoni and hot Italian long peppers. So they're just like the
Oh, no
calabrese
collab-
pepper.
I was gonna say,
I
is
mean,
it-
they're like that, but they weren't nearly as hot.
Okay.
They were hot though. They were spicy.
Did Dad
They're
laugh at you?
pretty hot.
No,
Okay.
nope.
And actually, for those of you that are always looking for wood-fired pizza, and people that claim that it's the wood that makes the pizza good,
Theirs is coal, isn't it?
theirs is cold.
Sure
And you know
enough.
what? Their pizza's as good as any, and probably better than most. Absolutely better than most wood-fired pizzas. And believe me, it's not the coal that makes it good; it's the heat.
Was Lombardis the place where you could, if you sat upstairs, you could look through that like hole in the floor and see right above the oven?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah,
See
we were
them working,
downstairs,
Yeah.
We were downstairs the other night, but yeah.
Beth, did you walk into their kitchen?
No, that was good.
Okay.
No, I went behind the bar at Bemontis, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
So you had a little bit more to drink at Bemontis.
No,
I'm just
we'll
kidding.
get there.
It's just
that's
you.
that's the
It's-
best part
it's
of
okay.
it. That's
It's
going to be
okay.
the best part of the podcast.
All right.
No doubt.
Let's keep going.
Okay, so that was all we did that night. Well, that's all you did that night. I went to the
Yeah.
Irish bar and watched basketball till 1:30 in the morning.
You make some friends?
No, the people there terrified me.
Okay.
All right. So he went to bed. I went to the sports bar till 1:30 in the morning. Then the next morning, I think we decided to go to Bemontis for lunch, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So we were going to Bemontis for lunch, but we wanted to get like a pastry at like 9 o'clock. So we went to this little bakery, like probably half a mile from the hotel.
What time was this?
Like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Then you're having the Italian breakfast. I like it.
Yeah. Maybe it was 9:30. I don't know. We each got a cornetti. Yours had mango something in
It
it.
was mango cornetti. It was good.
It had like mango custard in it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Did they have my favorite?
No, they didn't.
They didn't have the almond?
No, I probably would have gotten it too.
I probably would have as well.
Yeah.
Almond cornetti was my absolute
They had-
favorite. I had one almost every day for 6 weeks when I lived in Rome.
They had mango and they had passion fruit, which I thought was interesting, but I'm sure it was fine.
I'm sure it was. I mean, and the mango cornetti really was not
Well,
Italian.
have you guys seen like
Yeah.
the pistachio ones?
No.
It's like a pistachio, like a green
Pistachio
looking-
cream?
Yeah, it looks super unappetizing because it's a weird
Well, I'm
color
sure.
of green. But at the same time, it also looks delicious because
It's like when we dye the
Fuck yeah.
cannoli filling on St. Patrick's Day.
Let's
do we
put it-
still do that?
No, we did it once or twice.
Okay, I thought we started doing sprinkles instead.
And then the one time we dyed the Zeppeli pink on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, but it didn't really come across.
All right. Anyway,
Well, let's put it this way. I proved I was a hypocrite there.
why?
I had the mango cornetti. After all I say about pineapple on pizza,
Yeah.
you know, you don't put mango in cornetti and still call it a cornetti. It was a mango.
Don't even say croissant because the French will get mad at you.
Well, I was going to say.
If
that-
I go on Katie's trip with her and I find a mango cornetti, I'm gonna
Okay.
tell all
Oh,
the
have
people
we
that you
have we
lied
talked
again.
about that?
About what?
About the trip.
No.
We briefly mentioned it on social media, but if anybody is not on social media and listening or watching to this podcast, I have a 10-day trip planned from, I believe, May 20th to the 29th in southern Italy through Proximo Travel. Send me an email if you want to, or come in and talk to me if you want to hear more about it. But it's a food and wine tour, lots of wine. It's a pretty good deal too. It covers flight from pretty much anywhere in the U.S. Actually, anywhere continental, I think. Hotel rooms and 2 of your meals each day, plus transportation.
So I can't go to Hawaii first and go from there?
I'll ask Maria.
All right.
Anyway, let's get back to your trip before
That's
we
all
get
good.
distracted by my trip that hasn't happened yet.
That's okay. So yeah, cornetti, I had a cappuccino, and then I also had a,
This was before 10 a.m., right?
yeah, I also had an Aperol Spritz.
I like it.
All fantastic. He had a Doppio, right? Doppio espresso?
A doppio, but I had an Aperol Spritz too.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You really like those, Dad.
Yeah, I do.
They're very good.
You know what I started drinking at home? Just Aperol and orange juice.
That would be good too.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's probably almost there.
Yeah.
You just need a,
Aperol Sunrise.
what's that, drink mate? You need a
Oh
drink
yeah,
mate.
one of my
Yeah.
like the drink mate I have downstairs to carbonate
Yeah.
it, turn it into like a more of a mimosa kind of thing.
All right, so this is gonna be the best part. So Bemontis is in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and it's been there for, I think they said 120 years, something like that. That's one of those restaurants that they said on the Talking Sopranos podcast that people that had their baptisms there are 80 years later having their wakes there. And they're having every single religious experience in between there, like a party or whatever. So
First confirmation,
Yeah,
or first
all that
communion
shit.
confirmation, all that stuff. Yeah.
So we've been to Bemontis once before, maybe twice.
I think once.
Just once.
Yeah, I think once.
I still haven't been there, so
No, I think you were with us.
Oh, the time.
I went to
Sean-
089.
No, Sean was with us. So the time we went to Brooklyn, and I
I think you were there.
Okay.
texted Tom, my cousin Tom's wife, Kristen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was there. I was
and
there.
she
I was there.
and said, "Hey, where's a good place?" And she gave us a place, but we couldn't get in. And they said, "Hey, there's a red sauce joint down the street. Why don't you go there?"
Beth, I need that.
And it was Bemontis.
Yep.
And actually, I'll tell you
That's
what.
where we had a stuffed artichoke there, Katie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we did better with Bemontis than we would have done at the other restaurant. But that's
Oh, yeah.
Well, just
You
because
never know.
that's our
Probably
kind
more
of
to our
place.
liking, yeah.
That's our like. I mean,
I mean, we're
We've-
Goombas, let's face it.
We've experienced a lot of different
Yeah.
levels of dining. Like we aren't
We're low class. I mean,
exactly.
it's-
Yeah.
That's where I was going. We aren't fine dining kind of people.
Yep, we're of the earth.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Teroni.
So we go in, and it probably opened 20 minutes before we got there, maybe. There was a table of probably Goombas in the back. They all, dressed nice like old Italian dudes do. Like Joe's gonna start to wear his sport jackets and all that shit in about 3 years.
Dad's about to wear his it's almost track weather season.
Yeah,
Track
Your
jacket
Goomba
weather.
suits are coming out.
Yeah.
With the wife beater, yeah.
Yeah, with the
By
white
the way,
beater.
the Elton John concert last night, he was wearing a Goomba suit at the end.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He always does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty soon you're going to be seeing the Goomba suit come out on these too. So.
Yeah. So we walk in, like one other table because it was early, and old man comes up to us. He's like, "Hi guys, go sit wherever you want." And Papa Joe said, "We're gonna go sit at the bar." And he's like, "Why?" And we're like, "We're just gonna have appetizers and some wine." So he brings the menus over. He sets them in front of us. I don't know why anybody would ever want to eat at the bar. Think about it. You're at the table. It's right here. You can reach everything. You're sitting at the bar. It's way the hell down here. Why would anybody ever want to sit at the bar to eat? And we were like, "No, we're good."
I feel like bars are typically higher for me than a regular table.
I don't know.
I don't
you
know
know
what
what?
bar he's sitting at.
I'm glad we didn't take his advice because we wouldn't have gotten to experience what is John.
Yes, what was John? He was something. So brings us menus. We say, "Hey, give us something dry red." And he says, "Oh, the Montepulciano's the only answer."
Damn
So we
right.
said, "Okay." So he pours us some Montepulciano. And
Yeah, but I bet his didn't get a gold medal.
It probably didn't.
San Francisco International.
Call him
Wine
up and see if he hurries you off the phone.
it better not. Yeah, I know, right? So, so we're drinking Montepulciano. And the last time we were there, we had the stuffed artichoke, like I said. And I really wanted the stuffed artichoke because I think I've said it on the podcast before, but I have never been able to make it. I love them. I just don't think that I do a good job.
Okay.
It's just not in my wheelhouse, I guess. It's fine.
You will now.
It's fine. I'm not competitive or anything. I'm not like scratching myself trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So he brings us the menu and I said, didn't you guys used to have a stuffed artichoke? He goes, "There's some back there. We'll make you one." I said, "Oh, all right, awesome." I was like, "Well, I didn't see it on the menu, so if it's
Sounds
we'll
like
make
what,
it for you."
That sounds like what you do all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly. If I have the stuff for it, I'm gonna make it for you.
Yeah.
If it's not too busy.
John's probably her real dad.
Or
Her
grandpa.
grandfather. Well, no.
No?
Grandpa Frank's real grandfather, I mean.
There's no denying
the
that.
dude was 80.
There's no taking the Grandpa Frank out of Beth.
The dude was
Let's
80
face it.
though.
There's no taking you out of Beth either, Dad.
That's true.
She's your daughter.
Or maybe
But
he was
anyway.
85. Anyway, so we get the artichoke that's not on the menu, and we ordered some fried zucchini also. So, meanwhile, between every time he comes over, the phone would not stop ringing. I have never been in a place like that. I swear to God, that's
wish
worse
we were
than
like that.
It was more phone calls than when they do auctions on TV or like charity donation
telethons.
things. Yeah, I swear to God, this phone did not stop ringing. So he'd pick up the phone and just go, "Bemontis, what do you want? Tonight? Okay. All right, what's your name?" And then he would just hang up. And then he'd be like, "Okay, this phone never stops ringing." And we're like, "Yeah, we know. Bemontis, talk faster. I'm very busy." And then okay, all right. And then he'd set the phone down and like talk to us and then pick the phone back up and finish the conversation.
Oh, so he wasn't even done with the
No.
conversation.
Or he would set the phone down, go over and get his reservation book that had to have had 10,000 pages. And I swear to God, he was just flipping around and just finding space. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
I wish
Am I
we had
exaggerating
that.
at all? Papa Joe.
No, you're not. You're not.
Katie wasn't there. I'm not asking her.
Okay.
So he brings out the artichoke. We start eating the artichoke. He brings out the zucchini. He says, "You guys need anything else?" And I said, "Can I get a little bit of cheese?" And he goes, "Cheese?" And he grabs a fork, stabs one of the zucchinis, puts it in his mouth, and he goes, "It's salt you want, not cheese." He goes, "We don't put salt in our food here. You need to put salt on that." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Can I still have cheese?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." So he brings me over some cheese. So then every time he came over, was talking to us, he'd get a new fork, I think,
You hope.
and stab it and eat another piece.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's only stabbing one zucchini
I'm just
at a
kidding.
time.
I'm kidding, Dad.
So then, he goes back
I am
over.
the first person in this family to eat off of all of your plates. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So then, of course, the big Sopranos fan and me, I'm walking around and going to get a shaker of salt. And I see a picture of James Gandolfini on the wall, and it's autographed. And I knew from the Talking Sopranos podcast that they used to go there a lot. Well, then this woman comes in. She was probably, I don't know, 50
Yeah, maybe.
out there.
At most.
Her name was Lisa, and we asked John, and he said she's the one that owns it. She's fourth generation. Her great grandfather was the one that opened it. And I asked him if he said she was his niece. And I said, oh, are you and her dad brothers or something? And he made a joke about how he wouldn't be working that hard if he was one of the owners. He goes, yeah, you think I'd be working this hard if I owned the place? She owns the place. We were like, oh, okay.
But you were the most hardworking person in this damn building.
Well,
Beth.
Turns
And you
out
were-
he was the divorced husband of one of the Bemontis women, is what he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was hilarious. So
So she couldn't get rid of him.
I don't think she wanted to.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. I mean,
No, she seemed to love him.
If it's your aunt's ex-husband, I mean,
Well, it depends. I mean, he was,
Yeah. Where's
Don't,
the aunt?
don't say anything you can't go back
No,
on.
no. I'm just saying, where's the aunt at this point?
I don't know.
Like, is she gonna want to come into the restaurant and see her ex-husband?
I don't know,
there
but
every day?
it was fucking hilarious. That's all I know.
some people would.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face
Sometimes
it.
it goes, sometimes it's okay.
Well, yeah. Somebody was asking me today about Luke, Matt, and Dan's dad, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Terry comes to every family function, even my high school and college graduation parties." And someone's
Yeah.
like, "What?" Yeah, Mom's ex-husband is still like part of the family.
So then, I asked her if any of the Sopranos still come in, and she said, no, they're all kind of divas now. They go to, what was the place on the street called?
I can't remember.
Lilia.
Yeah.
And it's funny because on the Talking Sopranos podcast, I remember Michael Imperioli mentioning that place. But they also mentioned Bemontis, like they go there all the time. So I had to ask.
Yeah.
But they told me that they said they used to come all the time when they were filming. And they said that they wouldn't even be allowed in the building because somebody was feeding information to the press about this person's getting whacked, this person's this person's that. This is what they talked about in the scene. So they couldn't have anybody in there that they didn't know was
That
not
they
going
didn't
to tell
absolutely
the press.
trust. Yeah. Well, even towards the end, they were only giving even the main actors just their pages.
Yeah,
of
they
the
had to
script.
keep them or whatever. They
Yeah.
had to keep them on site.
Yeah.
So, but she said when they would come, they would film their scene, and they were just the nicest people. Very like a lot of respect and everything to them. So, but I was like, damn it, I was really hoping we'd run into somebody, just in the middle of the afternoon or whatever.
Right. Finish it, Dad.
But no, that dude was just hilarious. I mean, he was funny. He didn't give a fuck, and he just kept making jokes and all this shit. So at the end, he did tell me how to make a stuffed artichoke. So I'm gonna stop at Penn Mac on my way in tomorrow and try to get about 6 of them or so, just so I can practice. If it goes well, then we'll have them as specials this week. If it doesn't, then just order the pizza you're gonna order.
There you go.
Sound good? And some fried zucchini.
If not, we'll find something else for you.
All right. So, and then, on the way out the door, we're talking to him, and the phone's still ringing, and he answered the phone, Bemonti, and he sets the phone down, and he goes, it's been so nice talking to you guys. This is going to take me a really long time. So he's like, come back and see me sometime.
Aw.
And we're like, okay. And he's like, yeah, sorry, I'm just going to be on the phone for a really long time. This one's going to take a minute. We're like, okay. So we walked out, and we just laughed for a
Tell
while.
him about the picture.
What about the picture?
The picture you took with him.
Oh yeah. We posted a picture. He let me come behind the bar, and he said he's been there for 57 years.
Yeah.
And he said he doesn't let very many people take a picture with them.
Right.
But he let me come behind the bar, and we took a picture. And then I told him if he wanted to go sit down and eat his lunch, that I would answer the phone for him. But he said
He
that
didn't take you up on it?
no, he didn't. But we told him about the piazza here and everything, and told him to come to Pittsburgh. And I did, before I realized that he was the ex-uncle or whatever, on the way out the door, I said, is your last
The
name?
uncle removed.
Yeah. I said, is your last name Bemontis? And he said, no. If my last name was Bemontis, I'd be in Tahiti or something.
Maybe that's what his ex-wife is.
Maybe.
Who the hell knows?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Probably is.
he told us, he said he's been working there 57 years. He was in the Army in the early 60s. He said he got out in 65. And he said didn't have anything else to do, so that, his wife's family asked him to work in the restaurant. He said, yeah. And he's been there ever since. He got divorced. He said he kept working there. He said he found out that they needed him more than he needed them.
Yep.
Dude, that just like hit me though. You and me, from when we first opened, had an agreement that we got from Lanza's because they don't allow, like, there's 4 brothers. Let me back up a sec. Lanza Brothers, their family owns one of our places we get grapes from. Somebody asked Ron the one time, hey, does your wife work for the company? And he said, no. She works for actually this winery. And they said, oh, she works for a competitor? And he goes, yeah. I wouldn't want my brothers telling my wife what to do, or I wouldn't want to tell my sister-in-laws what to do. So we have an agreement. None of the wives work here. Beth and I told Beth as soon as I got back, I told you, I was like, hey, this is a great idea. So no boyfriends allowed, no husbands allowed, kids, yeah, but like.
Kara sells wine for us, but that's different.
Yeah.
She's not married to you.
I know, and she does her own thing.
Yeah.
So,
But what I'm saying is that would be like if we didn't have this agreement and all of a sudden you had my ex-husband working with you.
that would be weird.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah. So
A little
in the-
weird.
In the end, if all you haven't figured out what John's all about yet, I mean, if you looked at...
Go
if you-
meet him.
No, if you took me, Larry from Enrico's,
A little bit of Jimmy.
Jimmy Sinceri, in about 15 years, and mixed a little bit of my dad in with it, that would be John.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Real piece
Pretty
of work.
accurate.
Clearly the
Awesome
best
guy.
qualities of all of you.
Yeah, or actually the worst maybe.
And
but
guess
that's-
what? We haven't stopped saying good things about him since we met him. So,
Right?
Yeah.
how about that?
Yeah, you have me wanting to go to New York tomorrow and go
we
meet him.
texted everybody about John. He was cool as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just heads up, in about 10 years, Papa Joe's probably going to be doing that shit. He's going to answer the phone. He's going to tell you to talk faster. He's going to tell you that you need salt instead of cheese. He's going to eat zucchini off your plate. And then he'll be nice and tell you how to make a stuffed artichoke.
Yeah, but, I mean, let's face it, I'm already insulting people and
Not
you know,
not to the same extent though. Like,
Yeah.
and
Well,
And
actually...
it's not personal.
if you-
I guess
if
when
look
you
at-
say your Olive Garden comments. I mean,
Yeah, if you look at the if you look at my comment on the pineapple on pizza, I can get a little bit.
Yeah, but you're not at Larry's level where you could
Abrasive.
tell somebody when they question if your product's old, you can't say, "Old, you're old, get out."
Yep.
Not yet.
Still my favorite.
Maybe we'll tell that story another time.
I just told the whole story
still
in
a-
2
we're
sentences.
still,
Yeah.
we're still a growing business. We can't.
Yeah,
do
you
that
you
yet.
can't tell people they're old and to get out.
All right.
But when we made it, watch out.
That's right.
Watch
So-
watch out for me too, because I am. Yeah, my face does not. Can't hide these expressions.
Yeah. All right. So
think-
so where are we going from here?
So that was
was John.
Wednesday.
That was
Yeah.
Bemontis, yeah.
So Wednesday night there was a game.
Yeah.
So we went out to eat before the game with our friend Mike Mitro. He took the train up from Philly.
For anyone who's met Evan while he's here working with Dad,
Evan's
during
dad.
wine. Yep, it's Evan's dad.
Or working with you girls.
Yep.
Yeah, because he does jump in behind the counter
Evan
sometimes.
Evan comes in. He helps us with the wine. Then he hangs out for
He
a
is
while. Then he
the
starts
eighth-
waiting on customers.
He's the 8th Tellerico kid.
Yeah. Evan's awesome.
I went out. I went to see Evan Wednesday actually while you guys were gone. I went to have a beer with him in Oakland, and I said something about my brother, and he goes, "You mean our brother?"
So then Wednesday night there was a basketball game. So before the basketball game we went out to eat with our friend Mike Mitro. He's our friend Evan's dad. We've actually been friends with Mike since Evan's been like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mike met us. He came up from Philly on the train and was going to the basketball game with us. So we went to a small spot called Barbaloo. It was a little too trendy for us.
Yeah.
And
Too northern.
Yeah, it was, and not that Northern's bad.
No, but when you say trendy, it's like there's a
Northern
place for
and
that,
trendy go
but-
together sometimes, I feel like.
They tend to. There's no
Well,
doubt
yeah,
about
because
it.
we are Cucina Povera.
Yeah.
I mean, we're used to that hole in the wall, and a lot of people want the more trendy experience. We are very much Uncle John's going to eat off your plate in front of you kind of people.
Right. But that's where this place kind of comes in handy, because we've been talking about the difference between northern restaurants, southern restaurants, what we like, what we do versus what we won't do because of it being too northern. So what I ordered was essentially a bolognese. But on the menu, all it said was macaroni with tomato sauce and meat.
Which could also describe our grandma's sauce, but it's very different.
Right.
It wasn't our grandma's sauce.
Like Dad said before we started, it was almost like gravy. I mean, like not New Jersey gravy, like gravy.
Do you think it was like a cream sauce or something like
no,
that?
no,
or?
it was a meat.
I mean, you can have a tomato-based cream sauce.
No.
I almost think that they ground the meat
Yeah.
into it, and
No,
it
it
made
was-
it almost brown.
Got it.
Yeah, it was a meat gravy with maybe a touch of tomato.
Okay.
It was good, but it just was not.
Not your thing.
Yeah, I was looking for red sauce.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at our beef soup before we put the tomato in it, and then just cook it till it's thick,
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes
kind
sense.
of like that.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
and there was like I think little chunks of like carrots in it and stuff. So I think it was meant to be a bolognese, but they just didn't call it that.
Oh, it was a bolognese.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
And then
Yeah.
tell them what you had. Explain your dish.
I had what kind of macaroni was it? Fettuccine or
Was it bucatini carbonara?
bucatini? Maybe it was bucatini carbonara.
Bucatini is a pretty traditional carbonara
Yeah, it was
choice.
bucatini,
Bucatini with
carbonara.
carbonara
And
is so
it was
good.
actually very good. Did they use pancetta or guanciale? I think they used guanciale, didn't
I think they did.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the traditional choice. I know
Yeah.
we do pancetta because, I mean, to us, I hate to, like, I don't want to insult anybody by saying it's the same, but to us, it's the same.
I think it is. I actually like the pancetta a little better because I think it tends to be more fatty.
Weird. I totally thought guanciale was fattier.
I thought so too until we got the guanciale.
I
that we
think
got.
guanciale is fattier.
I
Do
think
you?
it. I think
do.
it naturally is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then,
That's my opinion.
then I'm wrong, but I like either. I mean, both of them. You can't go wrong. Guanciale, pancetta,
Yeah, yours was pretty good.
fat pork. Can't beat fat pork. Let's face it.
There.
Was there onions in it too?
There was just a little bit of onion in it.
I don't know if I would have liked that.
Which wouldn't be my choice, but
Yeah.
you know what? It's like anything else.
They didn't put too much in it, so it didn't
They
ruin
did
it.
not put much in it at all, and it didn't really change the flavor significantly.
Which is
Okay.
the opposite of mine had too much in it.
Yeah.
And then Mike got orchiette with what was in it?
Salsiche?
Yeah, and there was something else in it.
I can't remember.
Fennel.
I think there was something green.
Fennel?
Maybe spinach or something.
Okay. It was,
The top, like, if it's not the bulb itself, fennel's green.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, his was good too. But just overall, it was a very northern dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to their credit, nothing was really overdone.
No, it was.
How
yeah,
was the garlic content?
it was fine,
There
honestly.
wasn't. Yeah.
But yeah, because that was even something like the furthest I got in Italy, like northwise, was Florence, and I still had nothing that was overly garlicky.
Yeah.
I actually don't think the whole time we were up there we had anything that was too garlicky, did we?
Oh, that's such a relief.
Yeah, which
No, there. And you know what?
occasionally you accidentally run into one that's very garlicky, like the place on Long Island I won't mention.
Yeah.
Dude, I made myself okay. Ken's the other day Mackenzie asked for garlic and oil,
Yeah.
and I made it for her. She's like, Beth's not here. Can I ask you for this? I was like, you could ask Beth. It's fine. I
would
said
make it
garlic and
for her.
oil is something we will do. Obviously, we're not going to add like 6 cloves of garlic to your oil, but
Yeah, I'm just not
like, we
going to
can
overdo it, and it's going to be very simple
Well,
still.
I saved a little bit of that oil to put on my breadsticks, and my stomach was hurting after like 2 breadsticks.
Yeah.
Just because we don't tolerate garlic well.
Our family doesn't tolerate garlic. Yeah.
There was one time I remember my stomach swelled out.
Yeah.
Like I looked huge. And I just was miserable the whole night after eating something that had garlic in it.
Garlic's rough, man.
Yeah.
Which probably will bring us to the place we went to on Mulberry
Yes.
the next day.
Oh, you did go to Mulberry. Okay.
We did, yeah.
Lombardis is on Mulberry Street. Well, it's not on Mulberry,
It's
but it's
right
right,
off,
around the
yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Thursday morning we went to a bagel place because you can't go to New York without having a bagel.
True.
Yep.
Even though Brooklyn Bagel right down the hills here is fantastic.
They're pretty phenomenal.
But you just can't go to New York and not get a bagel. So we did that, and then, we went back into Mulberry Street, and we went to a place called Amici. Actually, wait, first, tell them about Umberto's.
Oh,
The
yeah,
clam
we went to
place?
Alberta's,
Yeah, we went, but it's not the original, but I'll let Papa Joe tell this one.
Isn't there like 3 Umbertos though?
Well, there was 2, but you know what they did in '96, they moved it.
It used to be big on the corner.
Yeah, I remember
Big
that,
building on the
yeah.
corner.
Yeah, I think they left it painted for a while.
90s.
But-
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it was
I
after
don't think that
but-
they took
okay.
like the,
I don't think it was ever open when we started going, okay?
right.
Because I do remember seeing the big place on the corner,
Yeah.
but that makes sense if it was just like the
But we
exterior.
wanted to go there,
not
that was where
that.
Crazy Joe Gallo was killed. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you called her a gangster movie aficionado. She knows her gangster stuff
Yeah,
too.
she does.
She might not have read the Five Families book like I did,
Yeah. So anyway, we went to.
I know my shit.
but that book was
we
like
went to
4 inches
the
thick.
new
so-
one, which is really not the Umberto's Clam House that that you see in the mob movies.
Mm.
But it was nice. What did we eat there?
We just had a glass of wine,
That's right.
but it was huge,
Yeah,
even to the point where he commented that it was big.
yeah,
Wasn't
it was
it?
really
Yeah.
it was really big.
What,
yeah.
like a half bottle of glass?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, we were there, and I obviously sit and sip and enjoy my wine, but I think we were there for half an hour. Like, it was just a lot. So then we went to, because I didn't,
Yeah, no, wait a minute. Well, first of all, we went there. Why did we go there? Probably because that's where Joe Gallo got hit.
yes.
So if there are ever any mafioso watching this, if you want to do a hit here, we'll kind of turn our head. No, I'm only kidding. I don't want to hit here. Although it would be good for business.
Makes you
but that's
famous.
different. Yeah, that's a different story.
You've been saying that since we opened.
I know.
that a mafia hit would be good for.
Yeah.
Don't
Good
name
for
names.
business.
I mean, if you want to come in and sell some numbers or something like that, I don't care. I don't care shit.
When we first
But don't
opened,
hit
actually,
anybody.
when we first opened, it was like within 6 months when we were like completely dead. Some guy came in for lunch, and the guy was Italian, so he had the balls to say to me, he's like, "So how are you still here if you're not like mafia backed? Like, if you're not having a mobster like bankroll you, how the hell are you still here?" I was like, "We're still actually new." He goes, "Oh, okay. I thought you guys had been here." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, no mafia
5
backing.
years now.
Yeah, 5 years, and we're still here because the doctor's bankrolling us.
But if
you know,
any of you mobsters want to bankroll us, I mean,
we'll take your money.
Call us
Green-
412-652-9426.
yeah.
I want to say that 652 pens or 642 pens or whatever the.
652 Beth.
Yeah, there you go. Not
All
it,
right.
but not it.
So after we went to Umberto's, we went to a red sauce joint, an actual red sauce joint across the street called Amici. And it was fantastic.
Yeah, it really was.
I am so jealous right now.
We got, we started with the burrata and they make it just like we do, with prosciutto di Parma, arugula, the burrata on top, and then a balsamic drizzle.
You know, you guys are literally torturing me.
Hey,
right now.
this is the topic of the podcast. Sorry. You agreed to be on this.
I did, but you could have at least put a ball of burrata in front of me
Although
before
I'll
you
tell
did
what,
this.
I think our balsamic drizzle was better than theirs.
Yeah, that was just different.
Yeah,
It was good though.
You said it
No,
was
it was
super
good.
thick, like
Yeah, it was
super
really,
thick,
it was
but-
like thick and chunky.
chunky.
But there
Yeah.
wasn't a whole hell of a lot of vinegar flavor.
There was something in it.
Yeah,
Was it too sweet?
Yeah,
No,
I think so.
I don't think so. I think it was fucking
No, I don't.
phenomenal.
I think that there's.
Can you lie to me and tell me it was too
It,
sweet?
it was horrible. It sucked.
No, I mean it was really good, but it was rather than cooking it down to
Right.
make it thick or aging it to make it thick. They put something in there to make it thick.
Right, because we
And
get
it
that
just-
Claudio's 25-year aged balsamic
Yeah,
from
it-
Philly
it
that's
wasn't-
freaking phenomenal.
No, it wasn't like that.
25 years ago.
Okay. Anyway, what else did you have there?
And then he got pasta fagioli. Did you like your pasta fagioli?
I did.
You said this was
It was white.
Yeah.
It was white.
It was like chicken broth, I
It was
think,
a
wasn't it?
chicken. It was chicken based.
I think when I talked to you one day, Dad, you did tell me you had a chicken broth based one.
Yeah, and
rather
you know
than
what?
tomato.
It was chicken based, but it was for the most part just macaroni and beans.
Yeah, they didn't put too much in it. Like sometimes you get a little scared if it's not just like tomato broth and beans, and you're like, oh boy,
Simple.
what the hell is underneath here?
You think you're getting Olive Garden?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was very
You
good.
remember when we went to Baltimore? We went to that place that had the pasta vajol that was yellow or white like that.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was
It
delicious.
was very good, yeah.
It was delicious.
That was a
And
little creamier though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this stuff was really good. I mean, I really liked it.
This
Yeah.
this almost makes me want to branch out and like come up with my own like crazy but still simple pasta vajol, but like I can't beat ours, so I'm not going to.
No, you can't beat
You,
ours.
well,
but
you
know
can't make it crazy because pasta vajol is just pasta and beans.
I know, but when you're saying a creamy chicken one, like that sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, make
but
it-
I wouldn't
make
call
it
it. I would
something
call
else
it
and
something
call-
else.
yeah, call it something
Yeah,
else.
you have
so
to call it
could-
something else.
You could call
Okay.
it.
Chicken soup with beans.
What was it? The pizza I came
Polo
up
alla beans.
with. No. We name it after me, alla Katie or alla Katia, because we had that pizza. Oh, it was the Nutella pizza with the strawberries and the cannoli cream drizzle. That was pizza alla Katia, and it
Yeah.
was freaking bomb.
That was good.
Yeah, not a pizza though.
No.
No, it's not a pizza, but you know, we
And then
give you a special dispensation for a dessert pizza, though.
True. Thank you, Your Holiness.
I think you might agree with me. I think my spaghetti and meatballs that I got that night or that afternoon might have been the best thing that I had in New York.
Oh, I think it was, but I
And you know why?
why?
Because it was almost like ours.
Almost
The
like
meatballs
ours.
were like the perfect texture. They tasted very similar. And the spaghetti barely had any garlic in it. You could tell there was a little bit, but not much. So
Could you
Eli?
tell? Because I couldn't.
I could tell there was a little bit.
Okay.
Eli
But, like-
non
Invidente.
invidente.
Like barely though.
You know
so-
what? I'm going to be the old Italian, and I'm going to give them the ultimate compliment.
Uh-oh.
Almost as good as ours.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yep.
And again, if they came here, they would say that ours was almost as good as
Yeah, exactly. But you even asked the waiter, do you put garlic in this? And he said, yeah. They put a very little bit in. And we were like, yep, see, we knew it.
Yep.
Actually, I think I could see it maybe.
Could you?
Could you?
Yeah, but it was like not like, it wasn't like chopped up little. So that probably helped. But there was like barely any in there. It was perfect. But I could tell. Anyway.
It was almost perfect, because ours
Yeah.
was perfect.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very good, and that was my favorite thing that was closest to what we do, I guess I should say.
Okay.
And then, did you have any of those cookies I bought?
I had the,
Because they came to my house, and I've pretty much been eating all of them.
I was at your
I
house
had
today
one
and I
of them.
still didn't.
Did you have one of the rainbow cookies?
no. I had one of the
The Madeline?
Yeah, Madeline.
Yeah, those are good.
I have to drive you home tonight anyway, so I'm gonna.
You can have what's left,
yes,
please.
Thank you. Please give it to me.
Sam loves the Italian rainbow cookies, though.
Beth's Sam across the street.
Yeah, my Sam across the street.
okay.
They're the ones, they're like fudge on the outside or something, like a really thin layer of chocolate of some kind.
Yeah.
And then they look like the Italian flag. So the red is like a jelly of some kind. And then there's like some cream, I think, or something. And then the green is
Is it
like,
pistachio?
it's like soft.
Aren't they kind of like the French pedophores?
I think so.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
don't know. They're fucking phenomenal, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how many things I've said that about on this podcast. We should count.
Hey, phenomenal is my word because I noticed I use it a lot.
Yeah, that's fine. Mine's fucking phenomenal. I've said it like 6 times.
Okay.
And then I got some, which don't get too excited because it might be hard to make. I'm going to teach myself how to make Napoleons. Those motherfuckers are so good. Those are, you know, the scene in The Sopranos when Tony calls Christopher and says, go get some Sfogliatelle and some Napoleons and get down here. They were at Satriale's. And then he goes into the bakery and Vito's in there, but he's not Vito yet.
Okay, yeah.
He's Gino.
Oh, he's Gino, yeah.
And he goes in and the guy lets him cut Christopher in line, and then Christopher ends up shooting him in the foot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he shows up and he throws them on the table. And Tony's like, what the fuck took you so long? And he goes, I'm in no fucking mood. I got your Napoleons. So I had to get some Napoleons, and they were big. They were like this big. I actually got one, but I ate the whole thing because every time I invited somebody over, they didn't come to eat them, Katie.
I got distracted because Madison was there
Larry
the
doesn't
other
make
day.
No, he doesn't. But it's almost like phyllo dough.
Yeah, but Larry could probably teach you.
I'm sure he could.
I'm sure he could.
And then there's custard in them, and then on the top it's like a black and white chocolate. I don't know. So good, swirly thing. And then I got some Italian sugar cookies that were the colors of the Italian flag, and the Madeleines. And that was it.
Did you get the
The little Madeleines that were stuffed with chocolate and.
Well, did you get the like classic like butter Italian butter cookies
I did
that
not.
had like the little like they dunk them like just the end of them in
Yeah,
chocolate
I know what you mean, but I didn't.
and sprinkles. Oh my god, those are my favorite cookies.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
So, all right, yeah, I think that's all the places we went. Yeah, that's all the places.
Yeah, that pretty much does it.
Well, you went to a basketball tournament too.
Yeah, we went to a
Yeah.
basketball tournament. We won yesterday, so we're back on the right track. We're gonna
Hail
be all
to
right.
Pitt.
We're gonna be all right. Hail to Pitt. Yeah. Anybody have anything to wrap up with?
I mean,
Is this episode going up tonight or tomorrow or something?
hopefully, yeah.
Okay, so it's going up soon. So there's still space left in our December 11th Seven Fishes dinner. So hurry up and get that because it almost filled up. Yeah, it almost filled up real quick. And it's going to again as soon as,
Yeah.
this goes out. But yeah. Anything? Oh, Beth, you have a couple pizza classes too.
Yeah.
December 4th at 11 a.m. and December 11th at 11 a.m.
And you know what? I'm going to do a Saturday wine tasting.
Did you figure out when yet?
I haven't yet, but you know what? Let's. You want to make it? Can we make it December 10th?
Yeah.
You better look before you make any commitments on air.
Huh?
You better look before you make any commitments on air.
We'll have
No,
to check to make
we'll
sure we
post
have
it.
no parties
We'll
or
post
anything.
it.
It'll be during the day.
We'll
Okay,
post
we'll
it.
post it. We'll post it.
We'll post it, but I'll tell you what. It'll be the 3rd or the 10th, depending on
Okay.
availability.
We'll post it.
Okay.
Who's the real godfather, Beth?
Me. I'm the godmother. All right, I think that's all we got.
Okay.
Hey.
Good. My wine's almost gone.
All right. And maybe we should have a day where we open one bottle of the award-winning Montepulciano and let people taste it.
Sample
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
just
do it.
taste though. Sorry, you can't have a full glass. It won an award. We have to spare it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do
we
that.
don't have much left, do we?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And we
So-
just wasted it on us assholes.
That's okay.
We wasted the good surprise on you.
Centani.
All right, hail to Pitt.
See, I said Centani, not like a Calabrese.
I did hear that.
All right, we're out of here.